Want to be your enemy. I understand you guys are upset and you want to boycott Asian run businesses. Totally fair. I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist. And I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities. Racism should not be accepted or tolerated. But not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who the Rick Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy.
I'm sorry. As a Vietnamese American, I am disgusted by those in the Asian community who are more upset about a boycott than the life of innocent Cyrus Carmack Belton. I was recently sitting on the George Floyd bench in Martin Luther King Park in Berkeley, the heart of the Vietnam War protests in the 60s, and was reminded of Dr. King's solidarity with the Vietnamese liberation, which ties to my solidarity with Black liberation. Growing up in the Midwest, I was taught to trust whites and fear Blacks, only to find the opposite is true in my adult life. I've experienced so much kindness and collective care in my interactions with Black folks, both in the US and abroad. Whereas the lack of consciousness or care around the violent systems created by and for white folks when trying to speak to white folks about it is astounding and makes me feel incredibly unsafe with most of them.
We love everybody.
Asian folks watching this with internalized white supremacy who prefer proximity to white power over collective liberation know that you are just a pawn being used by white supremacy in this model minority myth to divide and conquer. And if you had a negative one-on-one encounter with a Black person, remember that white violence at a systemic level kills millions upon millions and allows for one-on-one interactions with white folks to seem surface level nice because they're not forced into daily survival mode due to the privilege they've carved out with their massive systemic violence. So do not trust white nice because it turns unsafe real quick as soon as you dig beneath the surface to see that most white folks do not care that Western white supremacy culture is killing Black and brown folks daily. So while systemic trauma might have caused a negative one-on-one interaction with a Black person for you, remember that Black people are not killing millions of people on a systemic level.
Facts.
Remember how Black people played a central and pioneering role in the Vietnam War protests.
Black Americans
stood in solidarity with oppressed Asian people. Do not abandon our allies. We owe the Black community so much.
Millions.
Because our rights as non-white people in the U.S. were hard fought for by Black folks.
Facts.
So thank you to the Black community
No
for
doubt.
all that you do. Rest in power, Cyrus Carmack Belton.
Thank you.
Common sense approach. Now, it seems like a lot of Asian business owners are becoming upset at the fact that Black people are no longer supporting their businesses. And there's various reasons why a lot of them are upset. But I want to speak on one real important reason why a lot of these Asian business owners are upset that Black Americans are no longer supporting their businesses. And that's the fact that a lot of them are banking on passing these businesses down to their children, making their child or children the new dealer and your child or children the new buyer. The same way you were the buyer, the same way your parents were the buyer, and the same way a lot of y'all grandparents were buyers. Okay? Making you their generational wealth due to the fact that each generation can eat off of your community or off your next generation. And so it's an unspoken reason why a lot of them are upset. On top of that, a lot of them are banking on retiring off the back of you as well. Yeah, some of them got 2-3 years and they plan to retire. All from your community. Why they don't put nothing back into the community at all. Some of these people have been in the communities for over 30 years and have never done a give back to school book bag drive. Nothing. They asked one Asian dude, So what black business have you ever supported? He said, well, we supported Black Lives Matter. They asked this guy, what black business have you ever supported? And he said, Black Lives Matter. You can march for free. Okay? And so this is not only a moment thing. This is a generational thing. You can stop it now, or you can continue it on to the next generation and hope they stop it. It's not a hate thing. It's a self-preservation thing. This common sense approach. I'm out.
Well. You know, and shout out to the sister who's doing some good recon, you know, in what they're saying about us as black people. So they're not apologetic about anything. They're just pissed off at you. Because how dare you, black people? So you remember we talked about last night about the collective self-esteem of black America and how black America for a very long time had this low self-esteem. That's why you beg for coalitions. You beg because you always wanted a friend. You always want a friend. If anybody just acknowledge you, you're like, oh my God, it's great, right? And now what's happening and what I have been seeing happening, which is a beautiful thing, mind you, your collective self-esteem is starting to raise. And when your collective self-esteem starts to raise, you're like, I don't need nobody. I'm good. Man, I got my community. What I need from them? Man, we got a whole $2 trillion that we make as a collective. Well, I don't need nothing from none of y'all. That's when you understand your power. That's when you understand your high collective self-esteem. Once you understand that you are the culture, not a culture, you're the culture. That's what also, like me, for example, you know why I don't worry about, oh man, maybe I need to do some stuff to maybe cross over and try to I don't have to cross over crap. You know why I don't have to cross over anything? Because I am part of the culture. Everybody want to be a part of the culture. I don't have to go chase nobody else's culture. All these different countries throughout the world is copying my culture. We're not copying theirs. Let's call it what it is. In a lot of these Asian countries, what hairstyles are they trying to do? Our hairstyles. What music are they trying to do? Our music. Look, K-pop, it comes directly from our music. They do hip hop. In Japan, they do all these different places. They doing us. We're not doing them. We're not walking around with no kimonos or nothing else over here in America. We are the trendsetters. We are the culture. And they get mad. Oh, black Americans think they're main characters because we are the main character. That's why a lot of you don't like us. And we're not even trying to be. That's the interesting part. We're not trying to be the main character. It's just in us to be the main character. Main character energy, whatever it is. Even the folks don't like that about us. That they got all this power and everything they have, and they still not the main character. They still looked at as lame. And the only time they even get halfway some acknowledgement is when they mimicking us. You can go all the way back to Elvis Presley, to whoever. They got to copy and mimic who we are because we are the culture. We are the salt of America. Take us away from America and you have nothing. And them folks can't stand us for that either. But they know they don't want us gone either. And see how the sisters talking about how some of them responding about they pissed off, but at the same time they like, well, when they gonna stop spend money with us? That's how the folks feel too. They are angry and upset with us all the time. But at the same time, they can't take a boycott from us either. Listen, Dr. King showed us one good year. One good year. Or it could be permanent. But one good year boycott, sustained boycott, they will change laws and it will break businesses. One good year. One sustained year. That's all. And listen, if we do one sustained year and make an example, then these other groups will be like, yeah, let me go on and leave them alone. I may not like them, but yeah. And see, at that point, remember we talked about last night how, the ADL and how they move and things like that. See, that's moving like them. That's a economic punishment. And Dr. King taught us that long time ago, and we don't use it enough. We don't got to go out there and commit no crime. We got to do nothing to nobody. All we got to do is say, hey, word on the street and everything what we doing right now, we ain't supporting you. We ain't supporting you. No.
I must say this, man, but this Asian boycott should be permanent. There shouldn't be no 2-month trend and then we back buying their bullshit like we did with H&M, we did with Target and all of these stores. This should be permanent. These people has been disrespecting black people for the longest time. This is not new. They've been doing it. There has been shooting black child in their head. There has been shooting black child in their back. This is not their first rodeo. They've been doing it. You feel me? They take the most from the black community when you really think about it. Most of the stores is set up in the black community. Most of the store, all over the fucking world, if you really think about it. In Africa, they're there. In Jamaica, they're there. They're everywhere. Leeching, acting as if they're doing black people some type of service by selling plastic rice, selling clothes that will fucking burn you, that will fucking get you sick, give you cancer, selling hair product that will give you cancer. So they do sell black people the bottom of the barrel when it comes to product. They don't sell black people the good shit. They sell black people the fucked up shit. And they purposely sabotage black businesses. They make sure to sell black businesses the stuff at a higher price. So whenever black people try to sell it back to other black people, they can't afford it. So they end up have to come back to the Chinaman to buy it, because they do it on purpose. They've been doing this shit, man. So this boycott should be permanent. This shouldn't be no temporary fix. This should be a permanent fix. This also going to highlight more black businesses. One, this will help black people health even more, because they be selling plastic rice. That ain't good for your health. They be selling fucking jankro, pigeon, disguised as chicken. They be selling fucking all kind of bullshit disguised as food. So black people should take this as a lesson and take this as a blessing in disguise, man. Use this opportunity to uplift, promote black businesses, and move better from here.
Whoa, sisters, don't listen. We sisters. I know we got some problems, but come on, let's put our differences to the side. We in the diaspora. Listen, anytime FBA says we are going to boycott you, everybody get on alert real quick. Why? Because it lets you know the power of the dollar that we have in our pocket, black people. It lets you know. Everybody, listen, they don't care if white people boycott them or anybody else, but they sure care if black people boycott them. Now, let's get to this guy over here. Sir, the one who's talking crap. Do you really think that we need any of those things that you're talking about? I mean, seriously. And I don't think Honda and Toyota would come out and say, hey, we don't, black people boycott us. Go ahead. I don't think Honda and Toyota would be willing to do that. Okay. They want all the black dollars they can get. I don't think China, who makes a lot of product, would tell black people, we don't want you to work with you, because I know that's a lie. Because when I went to CES in January, a lot of Chinese vendors was telling me, hey, listen, this is what we got. Look, come over here to Guangzhou. We got the factory. Look, we can get you your own headphones if you want to sell your own branded headphones. Look, you want to sell cell phones, we got it. Listen, come on over here with us. We'll work with you. That's all the Chinese was telling me. They want to work with black people. So I know a lot of people like in your community probably like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you doing? But see, this goes back to also, if you listen to that language and how he talk, this is why some black people don't like immigration. What did he say? It come to this country and get a loan and they doing better than you. What do you define as better than us? Like what you keep saying you're doing better. Let me tell you something. I know where you come from, whatever you come from. I know maybe you didn't have this type of opportunity. And so if you get you a little job, maybe a little business or whatever, maybe a degree or something, I know that's an accomplishment for you and you feel that you're just doing so much better than black people. We have created whole towns in this country, towns, okay? We have created and innovated things in this country that's still being used to this day. Like all these people that come here, only the immigrants that have this attitude, not all immigrants. What towns are you actually building? And you talking about Chinatown? That's just a glorified neighborhood. You're not building whole towns with whole infrastructures. You didn't do what we did in Rosewood. You didn't do what we did with Black Wall Street. You didn't do what we did with Seneca Village. We can just keep naming names. And the only reason we don't have that today because of white supremacist terrorism. That's the only reason we don't have that.
The business owner, like the Asian business owners, Chinese, Korean, I never know like which is which when I'm looking at them or talking to them, but they are in an uproar right now. They are so upset because it is said that their businesses are getting boycotted, that their parking lots are empty based off of a not guilty verdict that's recently happened prior to this weekend. And there's a lot of people upset, and people are really upset at the Asian community. I have never ever seen an Asian go off before until today. I have never seen a Korea or a Chinese person go off and just go in so hard until I seen it today on TikTok. These people are pissed. Allegedly, one Asian came back and said that we actually need them, that we can't make it without their businesses. They said everything that we buy is made in China, made in Korea, and so on and so on. The guy basically said that we cannot make it without their products. But yet, I don't think that he completely lied. If you go into our stores, 90% of what's on those shelves in the store, made in China. The next time you go to Walmart, Target, or any of those stores, pick up one of those coffee cups, look at the bottom of it, made in China. Your spoons, knife, and fork set, turn it over and look at it, made in China. The next time you go buy a blanket or something, look at the tag on the blanket, made in China. So they are talking, bro, and these people are pissed because they feel like the boycott is really affecting their businesses. And if it's true, and some of the videos I've seen on TikTok today is true, and they're not made up AI videos, it looks like that boycott is taking effect extremely fast. One lady pulled up to 3 of the nail salons, and every last one of them was empty, man. Now, I don't know if those nail salons open on Sunday. She could have been capping and pulled up on a day that they were closed, but it seems to me like those nail salons are open 7 days a week, man. But them Asians is starting to try to clap back, bro. Y'all better be careful. I ain't never seen an Asian go off like I seen today. It's getting crazy out here, y'all.
Okay, let me say this. I stopped supporting Asian businesses, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not because I ever was mistreated, but let's start with the nail salon. You know when I stopped getting my nails done at Asian-owned salons is when I went in there one day and I sat there and I looked around and I always saw the same demographic of people, white women and black women. I never saw any Asian women in there getting their nails done. And my mind kept asking, why is there no Asian women ever in here getting their nails done? Then I start paying attention when I would go to the beauty supply. When I would go to an Asian-owned beauty supply, I would always see the same demographic of people, black women or white women. And then my mind would be like, hold on, why ain't there ever any Asian people here? Because at the beauty supply, they sell products for everybody. And my mind started wondering, was like, this is weird. And I'm going to tell you when it really clicked for me. I found a beauty supply up the street from my house. It's an African beauty supply. It's owned by a woman from Ghana, a Ghanaian woman. Every time I go into this woman's business, I see not only black women, I see Ghanaian women. I see women from Ghana. And that's when my mind clicked. Hold on. Okay. That's why I stopped supporting, because it's weird to me that you own a business and people from your own community is not in there giving you their money. It's weird to me.
All right, welcome back. So we have seen how Asians are coming out crying. We have seen how Asians are coming out upset, calling for black Americans to come back, continue supporting their businesses. You know, for decades and decades of years, black Americans have been there supporting their businesses, but on their side, they were never seeing this. On their side, they never appreciate black people. On their side, they always used to mistreat black people, segregating black people on their businesses. Okay? Right now, they are realizing the importance of having black dollar in hands. Right now, they are realizing now the equality of black dollar. So today, they are ready. Today, they are panicking because they are not making themselves anymore. Their businesses are closing up. They are panicking. They can't sustain life. And this is, I think, a big lesson to them. And this is a big lesson to any other community out there. Don't try black people. Don't try black Americans. America today is standing because of black Americans. 90% of the economy of America is being made by black people. So coming out, disrespecting black people, once they boycotted you, you are going to suffer. That is the truth of the matter. So these people, they have been always there disrespecting, segregating black Americans. They have been always there, not appreciative to black Americans. Imagine somebody is coming to you, buy something in your shop, and you still segregate that person, and you still disrespect that person. Today, black people, they have decided to go silent, cutting their businesses, boycotting them totally. And they're coming out today, crying, calling black people to come back. Because you know what? They have saw the reality of life. They have saw that white people, they can't support them. They have saw the reality of life. And now they are begging for black dollar. Okay? So this is a lesson to any other community, that don't try to mistreat black people. That black people are gold. Black people are the only people who can support you. Don't try to mistreat black people. This is a lesson to be learned by any other community out there. When you go to play with black people, they can boycott you. And once they have boycotted you, you are going to suffer. For Asians, I think this is a lesson you have to learn. Stop mistreating black people. Stop mistreating people. Black people for decades, they have been standing with you. They have been coming out, standing with you, with your businesses, supporting you, buying large quantities of items. You used to count a lot of dollars in your pocket because of black Americans. Today, you are crying because you are going broke. Today, you are crying because you don't see any more black dollar. I think you have learned a lesson. And I think this is a big lesson each and every community has to learn. Okay? Before disrespecting black Americans, before disrespecting people, think twice. Think always twice. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, this is my Joker Report. If you're new here, kindly make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube commentary so that you can't lose any, or you can't miss any content whenever I do upload it. Bye bye, and let us meet to our next video. Peace out.